Hey folks, welcome to the show. We're starting here in the middle. Beckley Auto Service is right here in Des Moines, Iowa. They work on the Porsches, the BMWs, the Mercedes, but they also work on these. Check this out. Ferrari, California, one of my favorites. This is Ferrari red with the peanut butter interior. It is my favorite, and when it comes to supercars, this is it. This puppy will do 0 to 60 in 3.3, and the California, we'll show you on the dash, where it says California, it's literally the same font from the California license plate. One of my favorite cars. This guy, look at this one. This actually launched a category. This was the first thing that they called the super SUV. This has got 641 horsepower. This is the Lamborghini Urus. This is a monster. It has the unmistakable roar of a Lamborghini engine. And we're gonna be talking about this in just a little bit, but this is Art on Wheels. We're gonna start here in Des Moines, and then we're gonna head out to California. We're gonna go out to the Marconi Auto Museum. The Marconis are some of the best folks that I've met in the last couple years. John and Monique Marconi do a lot of things, including running the Marconi Foundation for Kids. Check it out, send a donation. We're gonna show you their museum. We're gonna show you some of the cars, because I was out there filming for Discovery, a show for Radford Motors. Plus, we just filmed part of our movie Diana in Love out there. They've got the blue Ferrari from the Sultan of Brunei. They've got one of Sonny Bono's Ferraris. They've got the Batmobile. It's an incredible display. Then we're gonna go to Monterey, California. If you haven't been to one of these auctions, here's some auction news. Possibly the coolest car on this planet is the Aston Martin DB5. And we're gonna show you one that was literally owned by Sean Connery. This is the James Bond Aston Martin. And then we're gonna go out to North Carolina because my buddy Jason has got an Aston Martin DB6. He's gonna take us on a little spin. It's a gorgeous car. Gooding and Company. It's got a huge auction coming up. If you like cars like I do, Monterey Car Week, gotta go. Gooding and Company sent us basically a greatest hits of their auction last year, where these cars go for $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 million in the space of just a few minutes. We're gonna be here at Beckley. They're gonna show us some of the tips on how to care for these high-end vehicles. If you're thinking about getting one, if you already have one, they're gonna show you some of the tips and tricks. We're gonna finish it up today with the Iowa British Car Club. In my modest collection, I have a 96 Jaguar British Racing Green XJ6. That was actually the beginning of what became the Diana movie. All that and so much more on this episode of Art on Wheels. If you are deep in your 40s like I am, you know that Sean Connery was one of the best James Bonds. I like the Daniel Craig, I even like Timothy Dalton, but Sean Connery, one of the best. Think about the best car you've ever seen. My top 3 cars, the Aston Martin DB5, but the James Bond version. The car we're about to show you is literally Sean Connery's DB5. It's thanks to Broad Arrow Auctions. This thing could be yours. It's going up to auction in Pebble Beach in just a few weeks. It's gonna go for millions of dollars. And if you like Top Gear like I do, the guy who played the Stig, the race car driver, he got to take this beautiful machine out on the road to take it for a spin before it goes up on the auction block. Let's take a look.
When you see the Aston DB5, you immediately think of those movies, you think back to the 60s. There's a perfectionism in the execution, the Italian styling, British engineering, brought together in a way that's really, really hard to top. I think that's probably why it's kept its status for so long.
This is Sir Sean Connery's personal DB5. It's the only DB5 he ever owned, and it's being sold for the primary benefit of charity. Knowing that a firm like R.S. Williams has been through the car, put their hands on it and restored it is instant credibility.
Everything's been rebuilt mechanically and cosmetically. And the only difference from the restoration is now it's silver, which was the request from Sean Connery. He didn't want all the gadgets, the gimmicks. He wanted a pure silver car, so we supplied that.
Part of the fun with this car was not only, getting to facilitate the change of color to exactly what he wanted, but he had a great eye for design, and he wanted the wing mirrors deleted. He thought it looked cleaner that way. You could easily add them back on, but I quite like that it's Sir Sean's car and it's the way he had it.
I mean, you can take this out and drive it the way nature intended. It was developed by people who were totally uncompromising and built things to last. I think that's the wonderful part of this, because it's still ready to roll.
The gear shift on the DB5 is short, sharp and nifty. This car really comes to life.
As a fun added bonus, whoever the successful bidder is and therefore buyer will be offered a personal drive with Sir Jackie Stewart. I had the great privilege of being involved with the sale a few years ago to Sean directly, and now to be entrusted by the family and the estate again to sell it here at auction is the ultimate circle and privilege.
An incredibly special DB5, the only one that's ever been owned by Sean Connery.
The person who buys this car is basically buying a slice of living history.
Folks, this is Corey. Beckley Auto is his shop. He's kind enough to let us snoop around here today. We're inside the Lamborghini Urus. Now, starting this car is a little different. It's totally cool. What do you do?
It's very unique. Yeah, you've got kind of a jet fighter feel in this cockpit up here, but you basically flip up the cover, step on the brake, and push the start button.
Wow.
And you get that amazing sound.
You know, and the Urus is interesting because those flaps in the exhaust, you don't need to bust it up to 6,000 RPM. Like, you can just hit it and it'll open up and you hear that perfect growl. The launch in this vehicle, if you've ever had it, boom, it feels like you're in one of their race cars, and here you're in the Urus. It's incredible. When you were just driving this just today, what are your thoughts busting around town? I bet you're getting a lot of heads turned.
Everybody's looking at you, especially with the color that this one is. Yeah, nobody misses you when you're driving by. But it's a very unique vehicle, very fun to drive.
So, Corey, you've given your life to automobiles. What about cars and driving excites you?
You know, I've always been a car guy, in a sense, I guess. Whether it's European cars or American muscle, I like them all. I grew up in agriculture and got into automotive, and I've enjoyed it ever since. That's what I decided to make a career out of.
People bring you their prized possessions. Mm-hmm. We're sitting in a $300,000 car. That Ferrari California brand new is about $200,000. How does that feel as the business owner that they're coming to you, they're trusting you with some of the things they love the most?
You know, it really does make a guy feel pretty good that someone would trust us with their prized possessions, such as these cars. You know, it is really an honor for them to trust us as much as they do to let us work on these cars, but it's great.
Are you guys taking new vehicles, taking new customers?
Always. Yep, we're always taking new customers. We stay really busy here, but yeah, we always love to meet new customers and work on new cars. And
you got a great group of guys here too. Like, you know, the mechanics sometimes you deal with, they might be a little gruff, but the Beckley team here, every one of them is a guy you go have a beer with, have a chat with. That must have been important when you're putting your team together.
You know, it really was. All the guys that are here now were here when I came back and when I purchased the place. I've got two guys that have been here. One guy that's been here 30 years, one guy that's been here 25. So it says a lot for the culture, I think, that we have here at Beckley Auto. And it says a lot about the guys that work here and stay here. So it really is a great group of guys.
A shop's only good as its mechanics.
That's right. Yep, absolutely.
Hi, I'm Dick Marconi. I'm John Marconi, co-founder of the Marconi Automotive Museum.
The winner, just 2 weeks under the ownership of the Marconi family, John Marconi.
My name is Monique Marconi, and I'm the CEO of the Marconi Automotive Museum and Foundation for Kids.
In 1959, we came out here from Gary, Indiana. I was 18 months old, my mother, and my dad was driving a 1954 Chevy Bel Air with a very worn out U-Haul trailer. He had $500 in his pocket and an NBA. Together we built the world's largest nutrition manufacturing company. With that success, It gave him the ability to fulfill his love and passion for cars.
My dad started racing mini bikes and go-karts at age 6. John got Dick into racing in the early 80s.
That old joke about the Italian IndyCar driver, he had to make 3 pit stops, 2 for gas and 1 for directions. That was neat.
My dad always talks about one of the greatest memories that he has in his life is when they finished first and second and shared the podium together in the Formula Atlantic Winter Series. And they got to spray each other with champagne, and it was just a big win for him. Just his little face.
When we retired from racing, my dad and I decided to donate our multi-million-dollar car collection and create the Marconi Automotive Museum and Foundation for Kids.
The Marconi Foundation for Kids is a 501c3 nonprofit. We use our automotive museum as a tool to generate money for children's charities. We've given funding to organizations that help children with visual impairment, help end child hunger here in Southern California. It's important to us to give as much as we can wherever we can. We are not just an event facility. We have become an educational center for people. We provide tours and clinics on vehicle history, maintenance, driving, preservation, restoration, you name it.
Come visit us at the Marconi Automotive Museum. Check out our website, and we'll see you soon.
Here's where I wonder what to do with the hands. Isn't that the worst when there's a camera?
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands.
I'm just going to stand like this.
You learn about something and then you think, oh, it can't be that cool, and then you show up and it blows your mind away. This is Jason Healy, this is his DB6, but we're in a place called Euro Prestige. Do you want to give the 10-second rundown?
Yeah, well, we were actually in Unknown Charlotte, which is a division of Euro Prestige. So this is the car facility where I keep my cars, other customers keep their cars. The maintenance is done. Obviously we've got our bar, so we hang out, a bit of car culture. And then on that side is the Unknown Charlotte co-working space where people in car culture, or just guys who are in cars but have a business, come and put their business in there, so we all get to hang out. And
let's stop right there. Our next episode of Art on Wheels, we're going to spend the whole episode here at Euro Prestige and Unknown Charlotte. We're going to show you all these amazing cars and show you how Euro Prestige is really the car mecca of Charlotte, North Carolina. That's in the next episode of Art on Wheels. Folks, we're coast to coast. We were in California at the Marconi Museum. Did you watch that at the Marconi Museum?
Yeah.
You got to get out there. Yeah. Well, you've got a red this guy, Jason's got some vehicles here.
look at that. I mean, it's beautiful, it's snug, it's metal, it's not plastic, and it just rotates away. And then you look in, I mean, look at these bezels and the clock and these gauges, and look at the speaker. It's a watchmaker to me. I'm into watches as well, but just the beauty of the spacing and it's a solid dash, again, not plastic, not a screen like now today. Every element seems very thought out and someone spent time on it. That's what I love about these cars. It's just, we need a plate here. Well, I'll make one. Not I'll go and buy one off the shelf that another car maker uses. I'll go make it. So that to me is just phenomenal. All the little details that are just beautiful. Just to me, I could never drive this car and just sit in it sometimes. I have sat in this car some nights having a whiskey and just looked at it and thought about it and talked about it.
As you know, the Sean Connery's DB5 is in this episode. What do you think about that car?
I'd love to steal it. The Bond mystique, it has such a unique feel when you look at action movies and heroes, this overwhelming sense of style, and with a British car. It's just, it's unique all in of it to itself. There's nothing that compares to that. The fact that Bond owned it it's hard to conceive. To sit in that car, it must be a weird, crazy feeling that Bond, when he wasn't Bond, that's his car. And it's Sean Connery. So there's so many things that just, it's sensory overload. Whatever it takes to reward or encourage that idiot kid that had the Matchbox cars, this is my gift to him, and to try and keep him, somewhat close to me again. So that's it.
Welcome, everyone. It's great to be back here in Pebble Beach with a very enthusiastic and exuberant crowd. Without further ado, let's bring on lot number 20. It's the 1990 Ferrari F40.
Dummy straight away here at 1 million. Come on, 1 million, straight at 2 I have, at 2. You want to go straight in at 2.5 I have. 3 million, 3-4, they're strong. Round it up to 3.5 because I'm such a simple man. 3.5 now!
Thank you.
So!
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a new world record for a Ferrari F40. It happened right here. Thank you very much. Lot number 24, one of the stars of today's sale, the 2007 Porsche RS Spyder Evo.
Now I can start with commission bids here with an absentee. At 3 million I have. 3.5, 4 million now. $5 million! Now, ladies and gentlemen, it blasts my commission bid out of the water.
New bidder.
5.1 with you, sir. You're a very lucky man, sir. Sold 5.
Congratulations. The star of today's sale, lot 33. Absolutely stunning automobile. It's a 1937 Bugatti Type 57 SC Autolant.
$5 million already. 5.5. 7 now.
8.5.
8.5 now at 8.5. 9 now at 9 it is. Oh, 9.3. Thank you. Once. Twice at 9.35 million. Third, final time. Gaveled raised. Oh, 9.4 it is. Get in. I was warned you'd be like this. I didn't quite believe it. So I've got 9.4 million. So!
All right, congratulations. We set many records. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend and a great evening.
The route today, we're going to head south on 9th Street here and then head west on Old Highway 6, which was replaced with a new one because it's all curvy and windy, which we like to drive on.
I drive a 1953 Aston A40 Somerset. They made over 173,000, but they didn't survive because it was an ordinary car. It wasn't really a collector car. I enjoy driving it, and it's a lot of fun.
It's a 1962 MGA 1600 Mark II Deluxe.
Folks, thanks for watching this episode of Art on Wheels. It's just my pleasure to do this type of show. If you have a high-end car and you're in the Midwest, bring it here to Beckley Auto. They work on Lamborghini, they work on Ferrari. It's just a pleasure chatting with these guys, and you'll never meet a nicer group of mechanics. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Art on Wheels. We'll see you next time.